Sent to the future from the year 2000 by a glitch due to the Millennium Bug, I'm adapting to thrive in the peculiar conditions of the 2020s. Join me in a multimedia extravaganza as we surf the World Wide Web, catch up on 2 decades of video games and mess around with creative tools new and old. I'm Millennium Cyborg, welcome to the new millennium. How fast am I going? I am going very fast. I don't have a speedometer in here, so not sure, but it's a good thing it's just the wide open sea. So I've got I've got my Leap Motion again connected up. It doesn't seem to work as well for me as for some of my friends. But you know, I can pretend I'm driving at least. But the sun, the shadows are a bit funny. They're not quite the same. I wonder if I tweaked the sun position since I last put everything in here. So, what have I changed? I've been fiddling with a lot of things and not quite finishing them. So you can see, let's see. What do I want? This camera will do. You can see behind me, I've finally got around to updating the music visualizer. Oh, the fingers and hands will do weird things, I'm sure. The visualizer, I finally got around to implementing first of all, I implemented a compute shader to do a bit of interpolation and prevent it from being from flashing quite as much. There's a bit of a gravity effect. The interpolation when a bar is going up is not quite the same as when a bar is going down. And I think it's quite a pleasing effect. I also added individual, some padding between the bars. I don't know, it's not necessarily the final look I'll stick with, but I think it's pretty good for now. And I made it a couple of rings that go all the way around the scene. So you can see whatever camera angle we're at, we get some of the music visualizer in there from Spectrum Visualizer. I started and stopped a whole bunch of things. I'm working on a reactive water shader. I'm still working on that post effects stack, but I'm getting very distracted from one thing to the other. Alright, let's head into the studio and play some games, because my experiments with fiddling around with in-cockpit views for the gaming part have been a bit messy so far. I haven't reached conclusions, so I'm going to go back to a setup that makes sense. Let's see. Let me put the camera somewhere, and then you can't see things popping in and out of existence. And then I bring you to the studio and everything looks normal. There we go. Oh, and I don't have a very good transition for the sky when switching between the very fast mode and the normal mode. It kind of does a weird skip. There we go. Alright, so the reason I was delayed today is that it took me a while to figure out. I tested a few components. Oh, I'm glad it looks good. I feel like I get so distracted from one thing to the other. I don't keep a good image in mind of what the final on-stream product is going to be like. I just imagine, you know, some things I want and then say, okay, I'm going to need this technical component, and then I work on that component, and then by the time it's shipped, so to speak, I've been distracted by something else. So today I had all kinds of trouble. I'd set up my PlayStation TV just fine, and I'd been using the Elgato just fine. I failed to check whether the Elgato would work with the PlayStation TV. I didn't realize there would be HDCP issues. And also with my secondary computer or secondary PC, there's a USB driver issue, it turns out, that means that it can't capture the audio. So I had to, first of all, I had to splice in one of those HDMI splitters that does HDCP removal, and then I also had to just spend many fruitless minutes figuring out the audio issue before just swapping back to the other machine. So now that's all sorted, and I've got way too many HDMI devices on my desk right now. We should be able to actually play these games. But these were games we previously reviewed, and I ranked, but only after playing them in emulator, in an emulator, and I feel like that wasn't giving them a good chance to shine. So you know what? I think something's up with the normals on my fingers here. On my fingernails. Is it the same for both hands? Yeah, I need to. I've not paid enough attention to my manicure. I need to redo some of those polygons. All right, let's finally head into the game. So, what am I doing here? I am doing this. That looks pretty good to me. And then where's the game audio coming from? Put the game audio to that sort of level. We'll see how it goes. And then I tried also with the PS TV, I tried two different controllers. It supports the PS4 and PS3 controllers. The PS4 one had a noticeable latency to it, so I'm using a DualShock 3 plugged in via USB. This is also this is a jailbroken PlayStation TV, which is based on the hardware of the PlayStation Vita, running the Adrenaline emulator, but it's basically a hack of the official emulator. I think this is the best way to capture PSP gameplay, and also I think the only way to actually get the DLC on these days. So we're playing this in a far less broken emulator, with all the with most of the DLC, because it turns out if you load in all of the DLC, all the music DLC for the original Wipeout Pure is the one where I didn't load all the DLC because there's a crash in one of the tracks. But most of that was down to music DLC and not track DLC. Alright. So let's start some of these DLC tracks. I've also been giving this a go on my Vita, and I think Wipeout Pulse, I felt a bit more... I felt quite negatively about it
Construction of this unique
when I initially
underwater
gave it a go.
seaport prompted the Vostok Island Race Committee to
I felt like
create
the
a new
tracks weren't as
5.5K
interesting,
circuit under the sea, which highlights the whale ships and mining community central
and
to
I can't remember what
Vostok
else I
Reef.
said about it, but it's really grown on me since.
3, 2, 1, go.
This is full resolution, by the way. It's just the resolution of the PSP. I don't know what exactly it is in pixels, but incredibly crunchy on my 27-inch monitor. And so I think this DLC pack, I know that the Wipeout Pure DLC includes some classic tracks from previous games. This one, I'm not sure. I'm going to be hitting all the walls and playing terribly, I think. I've not actually booted up a Wipeout game in a bit. I've ended up skipping a lot of Futuristic Racing Fridays recently for various reasons. And a jailbroken Vita is a really good little games machine. You've got access to a lot of Vita games, a lot of PSX games and PSP games all on one device. Well, I have ended up buying physical copies of all of the Wipeout games now. The only thing I don't have my hands on is the extended edition of Wipeout 3, which the original, like Wipeout 3 regular edition for PlayStation 1, very cheap, but the special edition going for way too much money on eBay. I think it was a Europe exclusive or something. That was Vostok Reef. I'm not doing terribly well here, but you know. So we've got a bunch of DLC vehicles.
Mirage. Three, two, one, go.
Oh, this is cool. This looks a lot like one of the tracks in Ballistic NG, or one sets of tracks looked like this. I've got a bunch of ideas for what I want to do for my next, I mean, it's something people celebrate, the 18-month stream anniversary. And in my case, that'll have been a year since my current model. I've got a lot of ideas for what I want to do over the next just over 2 months for that. But the things I want to do require a bunch of coding, B, a lot of animation and modeling work. So I'll see how much I can actually get done by then. Programming just takes, I mean, I like to have bursts of activity, especially when I'm struck by an idea that I can complete in one evening, say, or start one evening and then finish the next morning. Something of that size I can hack together. But then the cleanup afterwards, or the longer term refactorings where I don't have as clear of an idea what I'm doing. I've had issues completing some of those. Like they're kind of tough things to do, especially from nothing. The refactor to use a forward pass with a G buffer, definitely non-trivial. It's the sort of thing that seems easy at first blush, and then you realise that there's a lot of little details that will trip you up. Also trying to figure out better ways to combine recorded animation and poses with tracked animation. Alright, silver. Too bad. Piranha's quite a tough one. Triakis, interesting. Let's try the EGX.
Three, two, one, go.
This one's a bit tougher to control. I do like the I think it was introduced in Pulse, the way that the challenge grid works. you get to do a mix of time trials and races with and without weapons, and the zone challenges, and you can progress even if you don't do perfectly on all of them. You just have to get a certain number of points to progress and unlock further ones. Not doing too well. Yeah. Alright, let's go back to one of the earlier tracks. Let's try this Mirage in a real race. A beer. Unfortunately, I don't drink, but I appreciate it. I'm having a lemon and ginger tea. Oh yeah, the Mirage is a quite... It doesn't have too much... what's the right word? Moment of inertia. It's easy enough to do turns. I'm still slightly recovering from being ill with what just seemed like it's very, I feel very undignified or whatever the right word is. Like, I'm catching regular flu. I'm never testing positive for COVID, and I guess I should be glad, but also it's like I feel like there's I'm less sympathetic to myself. I'm telling myself, oh, it's just, you know, just flu, it's not even COVID. What are you doing? Feeling terrible and lying on the couch all day. I ended up watching, I saw the trailer for Kamen Rider anime, Futuristic, and I thought it looked really good, and I'd been curious about Kamen Rider, so I watched all 49 episodes of Kamen Rider Double, which is what the anime is a sequel to. And that was pretty fun. What's my favorite one of these? Let's try the AG systems. I think the AG systems is a quite easy one.
3, 2, 1, go.
I've actually wanted a Wipeout, like, ship model for a while. Not a 3D model, but an actual physical, you know, figurine or something. And I finally found a couple of really tiny ones that they made at one point. So I've got those in my figurine cabinet now, but I think that the Wipeout ships look very cool and deserve to have some larger scale model. Like you know, model kit would be very cool. I guess the choice of controller does make a difference for how the game feels as well. Having played this on both the Vita and the PlayStation TV now, I do feel they did well, making it feel good with the Vita joystick. The PSP joystick originally, they're relatively similar. We're not doing too badly. I think we've got silver already. Oh no, that's not how it works. Okay, we did get silver that time. So the countdown on the top right will say gold until you've exceeded the gold time limit.
Silver medal awarded.
I'm not entirely sure what the loyalty points that you accumulate do. They're per so I'm using a DualShock 3 right now with the PlayStation TV because I found that it was either that or a DualShock 4, and although I quite like the the hand feel of the DualShock 4, there was a noticeable latency using it with the PlayStation TV. I thought the latency was the paramount concern here. A lot of these are... Oh, Speed Class Flash, Speed Class Venom. Which one's faster?
AG Systems.
I think the AG Systems one is the easy one in most of the games. Oh, I'm not even using the side dodges. I'm not playing this game very effectively at the moment. I'm having a good time.
Mines. Shield active. Mines. Missile. Rockets.
I think there's a way to put additional PlayStation games into the
Missile.
it's like there's a PlayStation emulator on PSP on Vita that you can run that has some games like original Wipeout. And I think the reason why the PSP can run PlayStation 1 games relatively efficiently is that actually the processor is very similar.
Missile. Shield active. Final lap. Missile.
And I think there's a way to insert other games or wrap them. So potentially if I could get that to work, I could have what, 6 different versions of Wipeout available on one Vita?
Shield active. Missile.
Race complete. Second place. Silver medal awarded.
Not too bad. Alright, let's finish up with a tournament.
AG Systems.
Welcome to Deconstruct. 4.5 kilometers of high-tension track coil around the Art Deco statements of Deconstruct, the city whose only constant is change, where the fortunate can catch a sideways glimpse of the radio waves amongst the engine flares.
3, 2, 1, go.
So I'll mention this again, but I'm going to be away next week doing family stuff. And that'll give me
Autopilot engaged.
time to come up with
Disengaging.
an idea of what I want to do for the Monday streams. I've not picked what game I want to do yet. maybe I could pick one of the adventure games that I've not an adventure game I've not actually played before. There were some interesting ones on the cover series we did a while back.
Final lap. Mine. Bomb. Rockets. Plasma. Bomb.
In real life, I drive a Toyota Supra. I actually, you know what? I do not know what those look like. Let me look that up quickly. Nice. Only £50,000. I mean, that's only the price of a few VTuber models these days. No, in fact, I don't drive. I ride a bike. I've never gotten my license. I've always lived in places where cycling was a better option. 80s and 90s models. Yeah, these look like some proper racing cars. I'll take a proper look after the stream.
Measuring 5.3 kilometers, the prestige
I like how
Moa-Therma
I'm
circuit,
casting
situated
a
amongst
shadow
prime
on my
Sicilian
face
real
with my
estate,
hand.
has been sponsored
With
to
the hand
perfection,
tracking.
from the bumps of the mag
I think I
ridges
need to
the sculpted
adjust.
high-speed
Well,
dynamo loop.
don't know. The positioning is almost correct.
3, 2, 1, go.
I could do shadow puppets. How many VTubers have done shadow puppets? Probably not a lot. Real hand tracked. Ray traced shadows.
Shield active. Autopilot engaged. Disengaging. Retreat.
I didn't wait long enough for that to lock on, I think.
Plasma. Final lap.
Alright, let's try to finish in the top 3.
Autopilot engaged. Disengaging.
Ow, 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 ow.
Energy crystal.
I might not finish it all and just explode. Almost.
Three, two, one, go.
Actually, I should figure out more games to play on this setup on the PlayStation TV, because it was quite a pain getting it all working. There are not that many futuristic racing games apart from the Wipeouts that I could find in my research, but
Shield active. On.
maybe there's some other good things that would fit into the sort of thing I want to stream. I don't play a lot of, you know, very long JRPGs these days, which is one of the main things that the Vita ecosystem has to offer.
Shield active.
And it got a lot of indie games that you can also find elsewhere. People customize and mod the hell out of them to make them their own. That sounds cool.
Final lap. Rocket. On. Missile.
We're doing well in this race.
Race complete.
There we go. First place. One more race, I think.
3, 2, 1, go.
Actually, one thing I wonder is how the resolution. So the PSP
Shield
has a certain native resolution, and then I'm thinking about specifically the case where you run PlayStation 1 games on PSP. I wonder, because I would think all of games of that era end up with they end up switching the resolution and back in the days of CRTs that was fine, and the switch would happen very quickly, and that would let, say, menus or cutscenes run to different resolutions from gameplay. And it can be a problem with, like, I know that my capture device, my scaler, I've got the RetroTink 2X, and it does take a second or two to switch resolutions, but also that means that emulated on a device with a small resolution like a PSP, I don't know, it might end up looking weird. Yeah, some good music in Wipeout Pulse.
shield active.
The Quake is always a fun weapon. Just very, very explodey.
Tournament complete. Bronze
Alright, bronze, that'll do. Alright. That'll do it for Wipeout Fusion for today. So let's see. I do not know what this scene is going to do when I switch to it. Hold on, let me check. Okay, capturing chrome. That looks fine. Over we go. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Thank you for that. It happens to all streamers. All right. All I was saying was babbling on about. Okay, am I gonna add an entry for a separate entry for the non-emulated version? Well, I'm gonna call this non-emulated because you know it's like I don't even know what the software stack looks like, but it's definitely a different experience than the emulator we were using previously. So let's see, where do I rank it? I'd actually put it below F0, huh? Well, this one, you know, Pacer, yeah, above Pacer, above San Francisco Rush. Somewhere, we're going to be somewhere in this region, right? It's weird because I even emulated, I had a good experience with Wipeout Pure. And right now, having replayed both, I think Wipeout Pure is approximately in the right place. But having replayed both, I think I'm going to place it just above Wipeout Pure. This is like PSP on PSP Vita. That looks right. And we're going to give Wipeout Pure a go, but probably we're just going to have it right above here. So, nope, I did want adrenaline. All right, let's switch back to the game. Yes, hold on. Oh, that's interesting. Hold on. What is the game lighting doing? Is it? It looks like it's not based on the current game. It's still a greenish tinge. Interesting. Okay. What's going on there? Thinking a moment. Is it something to do with Is it again something to... Oh, it must be something to do with these flags. Right, I see. What could it possibly mean? Either that or I've got a separate demo mode flag set somewhere. Just a moment. Oh, you know what? I'll leave it like this. It looks fine. I won't touch it. I'm at risk of breaking things. I created Skynet, yeah. So hello? Try that again. This definitely worked. Previously, I've played that DLC on this very device. Oh, there we go. Okay. So right, here we go. So these are the extra tracks. For the DLC. So I think although it is classic 2, from what I could see that there was a weird way they split up the DLC for the various regions. I think this is all of the classic tracks. And then the sci-fi, I think the sci-fi exclusive track might have been the one used for the promotional demo associated with the film Stealth. But let's give it a go. I remember that track being bad. Sci-Fi Channel.
Go.
So the DLC for this game, Wipeout Pure, was released on a website with for each region they split up the DLC into different sets of packs. So the European region got more content, but they got it later, and it was split up into, it was like coalesced more, whereas I think Japan, for instance, got some tracks like Drip Feed downloaded one at a time, and then there was a number of extra music packs featuring, I think the UK had one set of music, the French region, the Dutch region all had corresponding artists featured in DLC packs. And if you install absolutely everything, then at least one of the tracks exhausts the memory and no longer runs properly. Oh yeah, with the PSP we're seeing all of the pixels. Interesting. So this is the same ship I was just using in Wipeout Pulse.
Gold medal awarded.
Let's try Burger Town. Do we have any interesting DLC ships? Pyronaut, Card Racer, Turbo Weevil. Claw and Card Racer look very similar. The sci-fi sign is,
Ready.
what the heck?
Go.
A lot of the DLC is tie-ins with, I have no idea what's going on here.
Mines.
This is not normal Wipeout. A lot of the DLC was tie-ins with various properties, and the sci-fi one was a tie-in with the Sci-Fi Channel, a television channel that later rebranded itself as Sci-Fi, SYFY, I believe.
Plasma. Disruption. Shield active.
Yeah, this must be based on some other cartoon or something that I've not heard of, I assume,
Energy
but
critical. Missile. Rocket.
it's pretty trippy. I'm just turning all of the power-ups I pick up to health because I was very low on health and ahead of the pack.
Shield at ready.
That was good timing.
Gold medal awarded.
Interesting track. So are other ones of these also promotion times? Just trying out various ships.
Ready. Go.
Kind of a cardboard thing.
Mines.
Ow. I mean, these fit with my image of Wipeout Pulse as being a brighter, more sort of fun Wipeout overall in terms of track designs.
Missile.
Yeah, the controls do feel floating.
Missile. Missile.
And that might
Mines.
be also related to how it was, how they were trying to make it work on with a PSP joystick, which the very first PSPs had
Bomb.
a weird joystick that you slide around instead of moving left and right, I guess, in order to,
Shield active.
well, I mean, it keeps the profile of the PSP slimmer, but they felt kind of, it required a bit too much force to
Missile.
slide all the way to each side, I felt.
Disruption point.
By the time of the Vita, they had just a small conventional joystick.
Rocket. Autopilot. Disruption point.
Oh right, Turbo Weevil and Card Racer and Heronaut. So these are also themed after whatever the other thing is themed as. So this is the hair track and the hair. Oh wow! What the heck?
Go.
What is going on? Oh my god, those are teeth! What is this track? And now eyes.
Mines.
Amazing.
Shield active. Missile. Mines.
And this is a pretty floaty feeling ship.
Mines. Shield active. Mines. Rockets. Autopilot engaged. Disengaging.
As a track, it's not that interesting, except for the visuals, I think. The visuals are pretty freaky. Let's pick a... I don't know, what do I like out of the ones available in this game? Let's try something with a high handling. Ooh.
Ready. Go.
Rockets. Mines.
A very cool
Missile.
style to the track.
Rocket. Shield active.
I feel if it were me, I would just avoid spelling clan with a K entirely. Not going to sound good in any context. But, ow. Colours and design wise, pretty cool track.
Missile. Rockets.
I'm curious about the, yeah, where like, what inspired this DLC pack?
Autopilot engaged.
I'll see if the wiki has more information, although in theory I already read that wiki page.
Missile.
So in this one, there aren't challenges, and I'm not, as I'm beating these tracks, I'm not making progress towards anything in particular. So that was all the tracks in the Omega Pack, and we had a look at the Sci-Fi one, the Classics, and the Delta Pack. I had a quick look at the Classics off stream. Hang on, I'm going to look up the Omega Pack. Omega Pack, Wipeout, Pulse. Omega Pack. Okay. No, it just seems to be each of the tracks was just designed by some artist, a different artist each one, but not a tie-in to particular property. Why is our handling fire out of 5, but it's very slow? What else have we got? Four out of 5 on the Card Racer. 5 out of 5 on the Puma 1. Okay, let's try the Puma 1. Oh, this is a Puma, the Puma brand.
Go.
Mines. Bomb.
Are all of the screens showing Puma ads because I picked the Puma
Mines.
ship? Or is it a coincidence that this is the track with Puma ads as well?
Bomb. Rocket. Shield active.
This feels pretty good, control-wise. I also, I think there is in theory a way to do video capture from an actual PSP, but that's this works fine. Yeah. I think I read references to some device that could do it, but it didn't sound like an easy thing. Although I should give the game a go on a real PSP just to compare. I'm going to stick with the Puma 1 because it felt good to control.
Welcome to
It's just a reskinned AG Systems or something, but
Ready.
or Piranha.
Go.
Mines.
But I'll try a different one next track, and we'll see what happens to the ads. I don't mind ads for real companies in a racing game like this for whatever reason. I guess it's reasonable. It doesn't break the immersion, so to speak.
Autopilot engaged. Disengaging.
Though it is more fun having made up sci-fi brands. So after this we'll be going to Wipeout Fusion, which is on PS2, so I need to switch out my
Disruption bomb.
capture.
Autopilot engaged.
But hopefully that should not take too long, and I won't have to worry about HDCP for that one.
Shield active. Missile.
You modded a Nintendo DS for AV out, never used it. Well, that's an interesting challenge as well, right? Because it's got two screens, so what does the AV, like, do you get an HDMI signal out or an analog one, and does it already give you one screen above the other? Does it give you a single frame buffer? How does it work? Yeah, I think that for 3DS it's more of I've seen a lot of like game sites. Oh wow, you can see me scratching my head. Science. I think game sites stream 3DS games, for instance, with the standard device of some sort, but yeah. Uses USB to interface with your PC, and you get software that displays it on your PC screen. Then you can use OBS to capture that window. Interesting. Interesting. So that was an alpha pass. Let's try one of the classic ones. I remember the name of Ultima 7. I don't remember which game it was from. And instead of the Puma, let's try AG Systems.
Welcome to Ultima 7.
Ready. Go.
Shield active.
Interesting.
Rockets.
I don't remember a track that looks like this in the previous games, but I haven't seen all of the tracks.
Bomb. Missile.
And there's like a weird
Mine.
pixely
Shield
effect
active.
applied to
Rockets.
explosions on this track. So does that imply this? I don't know.
Rocket.
You know, these tracks, difficulty-wise, I mean, well, on the second difficulty class, they've not been too bad.
Disruption bolt. Missile. Missile. Disruption bolt.
I wonder if there are any DS and 3DS exclusive futuristic racing games. That would give me a reason to give that a go. Waiting for time. It's probably time to switch over. Let's see. So, I think what I said fits as expected. We didn't have so much trouble with Wipeout Pure last time. It's how to put this. The most cheerful Wipeout. Kind of easygoing fun to it. Do I keep these smileys to only be the top 10, or I don't know. I'm gonna leave them there for now. All right. So give me a moment and I will set up for Wipeout Fusion. What am I going to show on stream in the meantime? Let's bring back the music and head to the BRB screen. All right. What? Okay, just a moment. Let me restart my tracking there. Testing, testing. Okay, something went weird with the okay, with audio and video devices. I think trying to change capture system midstream is just a bad idea, but I'm doing it anyway. All right, why is this not working? Somehow the Elgato is no longer available as a video capture device. Did something else get a hold of it? In use by other software. Incredible. What is going on? Okay. Because it was, the thing is, it was passing through successfully the video to my monitor. And the lights are coming on. Let's try to convince it. Okay, here we go. Audio's a touch loud. All right, how are we looking? So, the capture's got this blue line down the side that. Okay, I don't have a quick way of fixing that, but I'm seeing it on my monitor as well, so it's not just on stream. So I remember this main music driving me mad. I remember dying a lot immediately. Oh, the Van Uber is here. Okay, the G-Tech Oricom is locked. Oh, that's not a loading screen. I had to pick. Okay, so I picked arcade mode. I don't remember the modes. Course 1, okay. The text is almost unreadable. Welcome, Haseo. Thank you for resubscribing. We did get some gameplay in the end. I had a lot of technical difficulties today getting capture working properly. Am I missing the bottom of the screen? I am, aren't I? And again, I'm seeing the same thing. I wonder where in the stack of video devices that's going wrong. The rumble is very aggressive on this. Alright, well that went about as well as last time I tried Wipeout Fusion. Yeah, so this is a PS2 game going through a RetroTink 2X and then an Elgato HD 6TS Plus. Maybe I can convince the Elgato to do something different. Yeah, I'm not sure about the blue line. Okay, so there's only one resolution they want to give me right now, which is 720 by 480. Hang on, I wonder. No, yeah, I'm not cutting off. I'm not cutting off anything from the HDMI signal. Exciting new issues. Just gonna try unplugging it. Plugging it in again. No. Gonna try. Resetting the RetroTink. Aha! Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, and now on my screen it looks correct. But on stream, not quite. So I think now the capture options on the Elgato are the problem. 720 by 576. There we go. I think that's good. And my... Hello? My microphone's has stopped being... When the... Somehow... VC Face stops detecting my microphone when the signal to the Elgato switches back on again. Just restart VC Face. We just weren't meant to have so many USB and HDMI devices plugged in at once. So many apps running. Testing, testing. Okay. I also have my my Leap Motion going today, although I'm not doing a huge amount with it. Okay, we are now ready to play. If I enter my name, is it going to remember it for later? Oh, you know what? I bet the menus. I talked about this resolution switching thing earlier, right? And you know what? I feel like when I wasn't using the Elgato, but I was using something else, I feel like it worked better when I was using a no-name device. Okay, let's try. We've got Arcade, Anti-Gravity League, and Challenge. Well, it wasn't just the SNES, I don't think. It was anything that talked to a analog TV really would have reason to be switching. So I've got to get into the PS2 mindset. I've got to learn to appreciate this game on its own terms. So do I even have aerofoils? I do, they're just so insubstantial. New weapon unlocked. New challenge unlocked. What's the mode I want to use I want to play to actually unlock things? So top speed is like 4 pips. Stability 4 pips. Three pips stability. G-Tech. Don't know, let's try the G-Tech. Chronos League. This is weird. To me, it just feels like a game made by a different company. I don't have RGB cables, no. I'm using composite RCA cables. Is this the same track we just did? Okay. I feel like I've heard people say good things about Wipeout Fusion, other people. And personally, I've just not had a good time. And the music, or the menu at least, is annoying. And I die a lot. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, that was the discard button. How do I use a weapon? Is it R1? It is. Okay. Do I have an option? I can continue next race, retire. I'm going to retire and then see quickly if there's a control option. I might have even already done this last time. I'm controller. Left right air brake, fire weapon. Ditch weapon. Ideally, I'd like ditch weapon on circle. Fire weapon on square. Music player, so we can switch music. Thrust ditch weapon. Fire weapon ditch weapon. Okay, well this will do. Vibration, you know what? I'm going to turn vibration off because I found it very aggressive and distracting. Button sensitivity on. Ah, I'd forgotten about that. Fine, let's play with that in mind. Oh, we've got a widescreen option? I'm curious. Oh, the capture isn't up. Ah, oh, jeez. I think I have to fiddle the capture settings every time. Okay. After the success of Wipeout 2097, the studio wanted to aim their next game at an older, savvier crowd. Wow. Yeah, I have to fiddle with the Elgato settings. Okay. I've turned widescreen on. That is sure to cause issues, but what is this menu music? Seriously? Set music playlist. Oh, this seems like annoying to fiddle with, so I'll leave it. Alright, and then what are we doing? Try the league again. G-Tech. Yeah, it's just like a rhythm machine is going instead of a music track. Well, we're widescreen. I think the capture might also be only running at 30 frames a second for some reason, whereas the game is definitely running at 60. Ow. I've not checked out that soundtrack yet. I still have the tab open. I closed a billion open tabs, but I've kept that one to remind me. I'm interested to see some gameplay as well. Some of the music tracks aren't too bad, but the mini music definitely is. So we've got button sensitivity. I don't remember, are they trigger sensitive? If I tap them, I don't think there's sensitivity in those. So what does button sensitivity mean for the face buttons? I think it depends on the control layout as well. I don't think it does anything for the control layout I've got here. Ow. I think somehow I just don't get along with this wipeout. Oh crap. Sorry about that. What is it that's failing? I have to swap between default and custom resolution option. Fine, since I messed that up, I'll give it one more race. Pressing button harder makes you shoot faster. Oh dear, I think I'm trying to feel if it makes a difference to the thrust now, and I think it does. That's truly awful. No, I can't even change it now. I'm just gonna have to squeeze the button down harder. I'm curious, can I convince the Elgato to actually capture at 60? 50? It's giving me 50. Oh, PAL, of course. Something about the... Something about the video chain is getting down. downsampled a bit. It looks smoother on my monitor. Right, I don't know. I don't know. I do not get on with this. Rumble on the screen. Yeah, that's the interlace. Like, that's the deinterlace. Somehow the Elgato doesn't do well with that either. It looks fine on my screen. I'm seeing a very slight shimmering, but then on stream as well, it's a lot wibblier. I'm just gonna quickly check if I remove the game compositing from here and instead transform fit to screen. Yeah, it does look faster, doesn't it? Okay, well, that's not an easy one to capture either in the end. But yeah, I'm not gonna. Well, where did we have it? Let's see. Wipeout Fusion below F-Zero GX. Yeah, I'm not bumping that up. I'm just gonna where is it? What? Why was it there? I must have really had a bad time with Wipeout Pulse. I think, you know, I think I gave it the benefit of the doubt. That was it. But having tried it, I'm just saying, like, this is in Extreme G2 sort of territory. I just I gave it the benefit of the doubt because I assumed it was going to be better, but there we go. I do not get on with it at all. There we go. That's my hot take. Wipeout Fusion is by far the worst. Garbage tier. And I do not like the music either. Well, okay, I do. Some of the in-track music is fine. The menu music just not good at all. All right. Did I lose my microphone? Again? For the audio, for the VC face? Testing. Testing. That's weird. Okay, it seems better. I'm still hearing the menu music. Ugh, there we go. Off. Right. I think that's everything for today. There's a bunch of smaller futuristic racing games that I like the look of. That we might do next time. We'll see what what's out of early access and so on by the time I do the next one. Let's bring the music back. But in any case, as I said earlier, I am busy with family activities for wait, you still have them. Okay, well now I've totally deleted the source, so you should hear. You shouldn't be hearing the wipeout music now. Thank you, Barbadino. Thank you for watching, everyone. Let's see if I can. I feel like something's like my tracking. I feel like something's running slow. BC Face is just not having a good time today either. Yeah, you're hearing the what I've chosen as the Futuristic Racing Friday theme music. Let's see who is online. You know what? We raised Neff a lot, but yeah, the tracking is lagging weirdly. We raid Neff a lot, but I'm interested to see this thing of the Mortuary's assistant that she's playing, so I am in fact sending you once again to check out Neff's channel. And she mentioned on her channel, we're gonna, once I'm back, we're gonna hopefully play Alone in the Dark, the original Alone in the Dark. You may have seen the announcement of a new Alone in the Dark game, but we're diving all the way back to the very original one, and that should be fun. I'll have an announcement for that. Yes, the DOS one, which I've only played, part way into. We're not going to get all the way through the game in any case, but should be a good time. All right. In the meantime, thank you so much for coming. It's time for me to go. If you, like me, have caught the Millennium Bug, make sure to watch the next stream or find me elsewhere on the World Wide Web by clicking the links below the video. I've been Millennium Cyborg. Keep that future vibe, and I'll see you in the world of tomorrow. For the fucking